buds, welcome back to my networking project where I graph the collaborations between different YouTubers. I'm back in Gephi, the network visualization program, and I've got more data to show you guys today. I'm trapped in a box, but you can call me Mark. Today we will be taking a look at the real guy, the best guy, the purveyor of big money, big women, big fun, and the father of the notorious Poop Feast 420, Sips of the Yogscast. Unlike most of the rest of the Yogs, Sips keeps Yogscast off of his channel name. Explained as a branding thing, I prefer to think that Sips is still just a little pissed about the notorious Sipsgate, the Yog pod in which he made his debut years ago. Ever since then, Sips has, except for a few notable exceptions, remained a solo player of sorts, preferring single-player Let's Plays and simple co-ops to large groups, at least until 2014. Anyway, as with every week, every circle on this graphy represents a YouTube channel or contributor, and their size as well as their position are directly related to the number of appearances each guest has made. For example, the top contributor in 2011 for Sips was Lewis and Simon. Okay, maybe this isn't the best example, there are only 3 guests in 2011. But on the bright side, we finally have another member of the Yogs who began his YouTube channel in 2011. We can update it on Thursday, finally. Also, or as my high school English teacher would have me use, in addition, shout out to Mr. Farian, these contributors actually turn out to be 3 of the top 4 contributors overall for Sips. Can you guess who the 4th one is? They haven't made their channel yet. Or joined the Yogscast. It's Hat Films. I swear, this man is brimming with loyalty to his guests, though. Speaking of, let's move to 2012 and the formation of the second most famous Yogscast bromance. Shortly behind Lewis and Simon, Sips and Sjin. Like I said, Sips has some fierce loyalty. Even though the Sipsco series traded channels every other episode, Sjin still was Sips' most popular guest by far. I mean, look at this. I have a whole color scale going on, and it's supposed to scale from light to dark blue by the number of collaborations, and Sjin just totally overpowers them. Everything else is just dark blue. Obviously, there were other collaborators, as you can see, but I mean, what can you really say about this? I'm not going to spend much time on this or next year because they are almost exactly the same. Let's take a look. In 2013, Sips began his Skyrim playthrough. For a time, there were 0 guests on his channel, as Sips stumbled his way through Skyrim as a lizard prostitute named Leia, accompanied by his guardswoman, Uthgerd. God, I love that series. Even just the rambling. Anyway, I'm a professional and must stay on topic. In September, Sips had his first Gary mod video and was hooked. 2014 ended up completely different from these past few years. Look at this. Okay, so it doesn't look too different at first. But notice, Sjin has dropped to 4th place. Hat Films came out of nowhere and joined Sips for some Gary's mod. Their Skyblock series was on Hat Films' channel, so you'll see that appear in a few weeks. So all of these collaborations in 2014 really do add up. The numbers are much bigger in this year than in the years before, and it really ends up affecting the overall stats. As it turns out, with no surprise to anyone, Sips has 4 big guests. Terpster, Sjin, Hat Films, and the main channel, mostly Lewis. What can I say? He has a strong fan base of his own, and he's really good at rambling. He doesn't really need guests. He also has a habit of taking over any series he enters, at least temporarily. Think of the main channel series when Sips came on and spent days just doing nothing. They had to create Dirt Quest just for him. I also remember on Reddit when Sips announced he would be guest starring on Cornerstone, which is a series in 2015, so it's not on here yet, but he expressed the worry that he would ruin the show. Even he knows that he can't show up without making a huge impression and dominating. So anyway, Thursday, I will be adding Sips into our ever-growing network. He may not end up appearing as a major player, at least at first, with the numbers I'm showing, but he is actually one of the most actively loved members of the Yogscast. Until then, guys, I'll see you later.